It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. They find Randall Cobb on the completion. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's not new.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Matt Ioannidis in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run with Ajayi. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, we're not going. 319. Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We are going.
Here's Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Crosby on now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Double.
Smith on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, slot. No. 3 down. 5. You got 50. Out.
Throwing again. Smith forced out to his left. Able to shake him off. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Everyone's got 4 down. 319.
Here's a handout to Ajayi to make the drive. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Fake here on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
reception. Here's Smith. Here's a screen to Powell. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On second down, here's Smith. Going for the deep ball. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Hopkins with the extra point. The first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way to run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On second down, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Jumbo!
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The left side throw complete to Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They turn to Coon on 3rd and short. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, It's hard to knock him backwards.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Right.
This is a giant, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go, come on. Strong right.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Shakes off the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan able to drop him for a loss of 4. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. This is caught. A good pickup there at 22. They'll try to run with Jay. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Second and goal from the 1. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Let's go. Go. 15, yeah. I said.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Double. Regular. 3 down. Hey, check.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Shift.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
35.
They'll hand it down to Geis. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, 15. Liz.
To throw on second down is Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Hey, 4 down.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's a Giant. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to check off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Liz. You got 4. Back.
Smith now. Going to throw again. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
Hey, on. Hey, we got 4.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. First catch for the Redskins, leader in the receiving yardage category a year ago. Good for a first down. Smith now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. A shotgun snap for Smith. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Yep, rip.
Out of the gun, Smith. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Rip.
To throw on 2nd down. Smith finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Regular.
On first down, it's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Let's go, yellow. Let's go. double.
To the air again, Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Montravius Adams able to drop him for a loss of 4. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Real, please.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Got you, son.
12.
Here's Smith operating from the gun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tressway now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's it.
Let's go, come on.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
58.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Being chased out left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. After the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They start the second half with a run by Geis. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
Double tight. Hey, boys, go.
Hey, lock in.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of
Bliss. Orange.
Check.
Now Smith from the gun, he'll throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
58 and on. Yeah, Liz.
Here's Rodgers looking to throw on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Packers on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, 86. He's 15. Liz. Hey, 52.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
47, Mike, 47.
Smith now throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch QB drop.
Rip. Yellow. Hey, slot.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Muhammad Wilkerson with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. We just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Rodgers now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. If you hit a guy on the run like that, you never can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Zoom.
Rodgers now on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
20.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Dancing to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
35.
To throw again, Smith. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
3 down. 12. Hey, let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Hey.
Smith on first down. They'll check it down to Geis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Liz. Right. Yellow. Orange.
Check 13.
On second down, here's Smith. And Reed with it over the middle. And getting this just shy in midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Smith now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4.
Hey, on. Hey, 35.
No. 3 down.
On first down, Smith. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Good, Liz. Orange.
Again, Smith. This one caught by Crowder. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play, Smith to Crowder, 45 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
52. Alert.
To throw on second down is Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Rodgers goes to his fullback, Coon, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball.
Yeah.
That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And still fun. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
So out now come the Redskins. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And incomplete on the deep ball. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Smith to throw again. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Rip, Liz. Orange. Liz.
From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down, and of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in balance and make sure the clock keeps running.
Now it's a giant. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Ajayi, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey,
Right,
I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Smith going to throw again. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long, it's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Watch the run. Check three, check three, check three. 36.
Yep, rip.
Mike's 45.
A shotgun snap for Smith. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on down's the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging them, giving a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They run it with a J. And forget about finding a lane. was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. And Crosby puts it through, and that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running flag and pretty much said to everyone, we want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's Smith now on second down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Under pressure here, and down he goes.
On.
Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15.
Let's go.
A huge play there for Washington. 49 yards. Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts just turned to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards and you tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born it's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary, the start of war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. Just the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping. See you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper on my headstone. Too late, you already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm. Have it for the green renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tips. So these see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog to the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still film it, kiss to death, friend protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger, kiss to death, friend protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already lived. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 96. You a shook one, Reeves and know the ledge. I'm your. What's that? I smell. Let me count my. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a. Here I go to the next episode. Ain't a damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my strictly for my survival of the fittest. That's the sound of the police. I'm in deep cover earth, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I